We will bring this select board meeting to order at 5:33 p.m. on August 24, 2026, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. Does anybody have any items to add or delete to the agenda?
I do not.
Sarah, is that okay?
Good.
Moving forward then, administrative matters here. I will move to approve the orders for 8/20/26 in the amount of $19,200.52.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will move to approve the 8/4/26 payroll for the gross amount of $15,885.62 and a net amount of $11,605.16.
I'll second that.
Okay, and also we will move to approve the payroll for 8/18/26 for a gross amount of $16,230.25 and a net amount of $11,859.64.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Excuse me, Excuse me, Mr. Gates, could you sit down, please? We need quiet in here during this meeting. We'll have order in here. Okay, shut the door, Fred, if you would, please. Or Sheriff? Sheriff, could you close the door, Sheriff, please? Thank you. Okay. I will move to approve the minutes for, you got a chance to look at them?
I have, but I wasn't here, so I was gonna abstain.
Okay.
So do you wanna,
Table that?
table it till Megan's here?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
We'll table that to the next meeting to approve the minutes for 7/27/26. And announcements, we have, just a reminder to everybody that taxes are due September 14th by 6 p.m. And remember that postmarks are no longer accepted as an on-time payment status.
You can phone it in, you can put it in the box beforehand, you can drop it off, you can mail it now. Hopefully it'll get here.
Not like you have to worry about that, do you, Sarah? Since you don't know anything. Okay. So we will move forward to public comment. Remind everybody that 2 minutes to speak during public comment. Do you have any public comment?
So Carol has her hand raised online.
Okay, Carol, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you can go ahead and start.
Okay, I'm looking for the select board, the fiduciary responsibility of the select board to announce how much money that it is spending on the lawyer for the environmental case ENV 00053 from the town of Mendon. I would just like you to announce to the public how much money has been given to the lawyer, because it's not really legible in any of the money that's been allotted in any, by any select board member. It's not been transparent, as I'd like to say. So if you could tell me, because it should be right offhand, off the top of your head, because you guys spend all the money. So let me know, please.
Okay, is that it, Carol?
Are you going to answer it, Seth?
Well, we don't have it on the top of our head right now, and that's not a topic. This is public
Okay,
comment.
so could you get me that information, please? You can email it to me, Sarah Tully, please. Thank you.
You can make a public records request.
Yeah.
Fill out a
Oh, I
form.
will, definitely. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm gonna get all that unredacted too, Sarah Buxton, especially the ones where you didn't list any
Yeah.
statutory requirement, you know, because you forgot about that one.
Idiots. Okay. Is that it, Carol?
Yeah, Seth, good luck.
Okay, thanks. Okay, public comment, we have Brian Gates, public comment, go ahead.
I want to know why we are paying Mark Fiore to be a constable when he has
No,
he isn't doing a thing. He won't pick up his phone, he won't do anything, is he just there to collect money? The car isn't moved. I've been told by him that he has to go through the select board before he does anything. So why are we paying him and giving him a car for free when he can't do anything? He has no authority to give a ticket, to do anything. So why are we paying him? Why are we giving him money? And why are you still taking material off your property and selling it? You don't have a permit or a business, do you, man? What's all that crap? And Greg said that all the material you were removing from that big hole was staying on the property. Can you show me where it is? Because I've had my drone over it, and you ain't putting no material down. I know that up the street, got 40 loads from you and Mark Fiore. He will testify in court. So can you tell me why you're lying about what you're doing with the material? I think you should go look at it there, Justin. You should go look at that property since you're always worried about the Mendon properties and what's going on. Go look at Park Lane and go look at the fucking crater down there and all the material that's missing. I actually have videos of Fiore delivering it up on East Mountain Road. So we'll go before a real judge real soon and find it almost like that $100 permit you got. For $1,037 permit that you got for $100, didn't you? Huh? We'll be in civil court for that to bring that out. Yeah. And Sarah, you didn't redact your shit. You ain't no lawyer, so I don't know who you think you are. Trying to involve yourself into an environmental court hearing.
Your 2 minutes is
Don't fucking yell at me. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Mr. Gates is out of order, could be.
Not out of order.
You just swore at me. That's
You-
out of order, look at the ordinance.
Hey, guess what? You interrupted me. I'm collecting my 2 minutes again. No, I'm taking it again.
You can remove Mr. Gates.
I'm not being removed.
Then pipe down, please.
I won't pipe down and I won't shut up until you guys do something about this crap. Because it's straight up.
You had one warning, wait for your next.
You're also in conflict of interest if you give any money to your,
Again.
you'll be in conflict of interest if you allot any money to your ex-wife tonight.
If you can remove Mr. Gates, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, moving on to business. So we have a need for a boiler replacement in the town office, and we've gotten some quotes from 2 different contractors. It's our best interest, I think, for the town, and in my mind, to, we've had Bill Lawson doing work on our boilers in the past, and worked alongside with him, he's done well for us.
They're both comparable.
Yeah, they're both very
More than a
comparable.
couple $100. So we've got Bill Lowson at $89.95. And we've got Fairbanks at $84.65.
Oh, one, yeah.
I mean, and you said Lowson's been the one that's been,
Yeah, he's been working with our boilers and whatnot, and our plumbing, right, Sarah? So,
yeah, he's a vendor of ours already.
I mean, so we feel it's our best interest, to go ahead with
you already know.
Wilson Plumbing and Heating.
Okay.
So, if you're on board with that. Is this something, Sarah, that we need to do without Megan here, or is
Yeah,
this
you
something
can-
that's not done right away?
No, you're a quorum of the board, so you can make the decision.
Okay,
Fine with it, yeah.
We want to make a decision though, because we want that up and running before the
right,
heating season.
right.
And this is just to replace the boiler, right? They're gonna just install it.
Yeah, they're replacing, they're gonna connect the PVC venting, and they're just, and they're installing in the same location. They'll dispose of the other gas boiler. And I think they said they're gonna change the expansion tank and backflow preventer.
Okay.
Just a reminder, as you might remember, that it was leaking CO and had a error code on it at the end of the heating season last year. Because it was in the spring, we were able to get by with just the heat pumps, but
Yeah.
that doesn't heat up the radiant floor. So that's why it needs to be replaced. It's been red tagged.
Yeah.
Make a motion?
Sure.
All right, so I move that we proceed with replacing the boiler and contracting with Bill Losan. Is that his name? Losan?
Yep.
Plumbing and heating, and agree to his, proposed, labor and materials amount.
Now, I will second that. All in favor? Okay, Sarah, would you like me to sign this then?
Yeah, you can sign that.
Okay. That's it. Okay, that takes care of that, and then we have Route 4 and Long Trail Crossing. Can you give us a heads up on that, Sarah?
Yep, I'm actually going to defer it to Fred so that he can give us an update on it.
Okay, Fred, go ahead.
So the ongoing update on relocating the trail, as you know, it's a valuable trail crossing, quite dangerous. A lot of people on the shoulder not knowing where to go up there. Green Mountain Club has promised for the second consecutive year to have it done this summer, that they're going to move the northern part of the trail about 40 yards uphill
Okay.
and then connect where it comes back together so that it lines up perpendicularly across Route 4, making it more clear to pedestrians where to cross. And it'll also allow V-Trans to have much more definitive signage. And right now the signs say in the next 200 feet, you might see a hiker. Now they'll be able to say, this is the spot. They promised it will get done this hiking season. We'll see, but we're optimistic that that safety hazard will be corrected.
Okay.
The second issue with the safety on the AT-LT trail crossing is that the parking lot just uphill from the trail crossing is fenced off from Route 4 by a series of large boulders about the size of that cabinet, but spaced such that it's easy to walk right between them. And you can see very clearly that people leave their cars, walk between the boulders, go out to the shoulder, walk down the shoulder, then cross the road instead of following a path through a little grassy area to the crossing itself. It's a hazard that we've been concerned about. The town's been concerned about. Green Mountain Club has plans to improve the barrier aspect of that parking area with boulders and vegetation, and they have received from V-Trans an 1111 permit, because it's all V-Trans right away, to put more boulders and trees and whatnot in the right of way to accomplish that. The hiccup is money. And Green Mountain Club's current position as of today is, since the town of Mendon is the one who's raised the concerns about the safety, can the town of Mendon pitch in with some boulders, excavator, that sort of work to enhance this barrier aspect of that parking area? So when you drive by, just gaze out your window and you can see it's easy to walk between. They're proposing to enhance it. And so I was asked to come back to see if the town, it's not clear to me, can the town road crew do work on state right of way, legally allowed to do that with insurance and whatnot? Is the town even willing to consider the expense of having a road crew up there for a day shuffling boulders around and positioning them? Is the town willing to consider working with Casella or at the Casella pit or some other source of boulders, that can be moved out there with heavy stuff, probably bigger than what the town backhoe can manage? It's a project.
Yeah.
The original parking lot it's all on V-Trans right of way. The property is owned by the Rutland City Forest, but it's V-Trans right of way from back in the 40s and 50s, right? And the actual parking lot in its current configuration was constructed by Green Mountain National Forest, since they're the people that are technically responsible for the Appalachian Trail in our town. They built that parking lot. They're not interested right now with their constraints of putting any of their resources into buffing the parking area. Green Mountain Club is small and modest, and they would have to hire out. So I've just been asked to inquire. My own personal stance is that the Green Mountain Club created the hazard by their misaligned trail, and they created the hazard when they helped the Green Mountain National Forest design that ineffective barrier. So to my way of thinking, they created a hazard in our town, but we're responsible for it when the ambulance goes up or whatever, we foot the bill.
Right.
So I don't want to see the town get into a back and forth with the Green Mountain Club. They are a good partner in this state. But I said I would come ask if the town would at least consider using town road crew and staff and equipment. Where the boulders would come from is another matter. Where the plantings would come from is another matter. And planting things in rock hard roadway is tough.
Right.
That's a big it's a big project. You gotta dig out all the bad stuff, put in all new stuff, etc.
Right.
But, so there, in terms of the trail realignment to get it perpendicular across the road, that's supposed to happen this hiking season. In terms of the parking lot, that's a bigger deal for everybody because of the cash and the logistics. But the Green Mountain Club does have permission from the state to do it. And now they're gonna try to scratch to see where they can come up with the funding and the personnel and whatnot.
Well, my suggestion would be try to come up with some numbers first. Ask what numbers they're scratching for. I mean, I understand that as far as utilizing our staff to help and do so, but it sounds like you're gonna need some boulders. You're gonna need the vegetation, you gotta have all that stuff on board and ready to go before our staff's gonna come and help move stuff around, right?
Yep.
So,
Probably next summer thing too.
yeah, I mean,
It's not gonna happen this calendar.
Yeah.
Is the town, so if I were to tell them the town is not categorically opposed, would that be accurate?
Yeah,
We're not categorically.
I feel that would be
And I think, Sarah, don't we just, maybe if you and Chris can chat and see, does our insurance policy, would we even be able to do that? Is this something that, given the demands on his time and our own roads, is it a day project? Do we have the equipment? And then figuring out what we do have and what we can put on the table, then we can just solve for what we don't have and see what else we can come up with.
Yeah, it's boulder. I mean, everybody has got boulders in the yard.
I know.
But nobody has boulders, right?
Yeah.
Nobody, and moving a 4 or 5 footer is
Yeah.
probably beyond what the town can do. So they don't have final design, as the gentleman told me today in an email. They're not ready to pull the trigger on that, but
Yeah.
I said, if I can tell them the town's not categorically opposed, that would be helpful. Yeah, but I tell them we're gonna investigate the insurance issue.
Yep.
And if it's more than a day, it would be a problem for the town crew. Is that?
I think we don't know, right?
We
I
don't
think
even
we've
know
got
if we-
to ask them,
Insurance wise and whatnot.
Yeah.
We have to
ask
find
them
out
if they're,
who can even do that.
Yep.
To begin with, but
Yep.
we're supposed to try to figure that out.
and maybe there's a plan where just the roadside piece could get fixed first and then some of the sides get fixed next. Maybe it's a phase-in.
Yeah.
Sarah, did you
Yeah.
have a?
I agree. We need to have a conversation with Chris about his demands. I'll look into the insurance side of things. And there is potential that Chris might have some projects going on in Wheelerville in which we might be removing some ledge or boulders that might be able to be relocated up there at not huge additional cost. So I'll have those conversations with Chris as well to see if he has any.
This is not a decorative, elegant project. This is a functional barrier.
Yeah.
And then they've also assured us that they're going to put improved signage saying, please don't do something dumb and climb over the wall.
Yeah,
Please do the smart thing and walk down this way and then cross where
Yeah.
their signage is terrible. They say they're going to improve the signage as part of that project. But if I tell them, I think that probably shouldn't shoot right back and say this is your hazard. Why are you asking us to solve your hazard?
I think just maybe sit on it and just see what we have first and then see if we could bring anything to the table. I also wonder too, if it's just a matter of keeping human beings from traversing that, if just some rope and some, metal posts just are a deterrent, they cause you to walk around as opposed to, but, maybe that's cheaper and quicker than boulders, but like Sarah said, I hear they are doing some work, so maybe
if Chris has boulders and needs to put them somewhere.
Right,
Next week.
yeah,
I could raise that possibility that there might be some
Yeah.
broken chunks of ledge or boulders. What, is he talking, blasting or hydraulic hammer or?
It hasn't gone out to bid yet, so I don't know the exact scope of work of the project, Fred, but what I'm thinking of is he has some grant funds from the Grants and Aid program to update our hydrologically connected road segments. And I know he was looking to do and contract out some work from Wheelerville. And so let me just get with him and figure out what the scope of that project is and if he would have additional material that might be able to be relocated. He was contracting it, so the contractor would be required to dispose of that material. So, could we relocate it up to the parking area? We'll take a look at it.
Maybe even this time of year, even if they put it up in a corner and then next spring moved it around. It'd be, I don't know where else the contractors take stuff like that. Yeah, so that suggests a pretty substantial project if they're having to bring in heavier equipment or bigger, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the problem, is that our equipment might not be able to move boulders of that size. So, so let me talk to Chris and I'll
Okay.
get the board.
Shall I work with you then, Sarah, going forward?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have anything that we have to bring back to the board, we will.
I'll copy you on my email back to the Green Mountain.
Great, thanks, Fred.
Okay, yeah, and I won't get into a little back and forth match with them about who's responsible.
yeah,
Or how excited we are that this is being
we're
resolved.
excited to see the results of the relocation of the crossing.
Yeah.
Just one quick point of law that I've found in the past. If you add anything in a right-of-way of road and somebody dies when they go up against it, not a good thing. Whoever put it there is liable. And that's why they do guardrails, what they do, they have crushing zones on the guardrail. You can't do a crush zone on the boulders.
Right.
I have a feeling you talk to the people down here, they're gonna say, no.
Well, they got their 11-11, I don't know what that involves. They did all the paperwork on that, so.
So it should be looked into,
I think that was garden rate,
give
not
us,
boulders.
give given so, there might be some other options too. I mean, even if we talked about planting vegetation, what would we take, there is existing boulders that are there, correct?
Yeah, 10 and they need 20.
Right.
The space needed 20, they put in 10.
Right, well, maybe you mentioned vegetation, but if you planted trees in between each one, you know?
Yeah.
But Justin, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
So
Liability is a factor, so we have to definitely look into that.
So could I go as far as to say the town is open to working with the Green Mountain Club?
Yeah, exploring, I think open to exploring all the options to whatever's most cost effective and, you know, if we can do it, then.
But how about if I send a proposed email to Sarah first,
Yeah,
and then Sarah says, okay?
yeah, would that be all right, Sarah?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm not
Okay.
committing, but
Yeah.
thanking them for their continued interest in the safety of our town.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's the thing, we're obviously interested in getting our pedestrian crossing
Yeah.
safe, so.
There's a remote possibility the federal Department of Transportation has taken an interest in that crossing as well. And so they've convened meetings and they periodically get emails from Boston, the regional highway people are down there. They're trying to figure out what their role can be. So maybe holding off isn't a bad idea. There
Yeah.
may be some federal input or cash or whatever into doing it too. So,
walk right over.
yeah, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
For your time.
Thanks, Fred. Okay, that brings us to the end of our business for today. I do see Carol has her hand raised, but I wanna make it known that our public comment is over now, so, we can address that at our next meeting, Carol.
All right, move to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.